Hey, you guys, I am in. I am in. If you saw the title, Calling Out to Call Up, I think it is definitely time. And so if you want to hear what's on my heart, like Facebook said, what's on your heart, then come on in. If you don't, then we cool. Just continue to bypass. But in the meantime, and in between time, my name is Nikki C. Patterson, owner and operator of I Prevail K through 12 Academic Learning Center and I Prevail K through 12 Educational Consulting. As an educational consultant, I teach parents how to help their children receive a quality education. Typically, when I come in, it is basically to provide educational support to parents who want to help their children in the public school system. However, if you've noticed, in the recent days, especially the last week or so, I've shifted a lot of my educational content to the private saving hours support group, simply because that's what my mission and my goal is, to save hours. And so parents who want to help save their children, that's where they're joining me at right now. We're currently running a 7-day challenge. It's free. It's called the IEP challenge, and it is helping parents to create individual education plans for their children. So if you want to learn more about that, then join the group, and there's daily tasks, bite-sized tasks that you can take each day in order to create this plan. Tomorrow is day 7, and on day 7, we're going to actually take all of the steps and put them together and help you to create your plan so that you can use it for your child. Like I said, these are the steps that have helped me to help my son not only grow 3 grade levels in one school year, but also stay on a path that's helping him to grow and continue to succeed so that he can be an early graduate from high school. But that's not why I'm here today. If you saw the title and you know that I've been switching content, then you know this is my personal page. So I'm coming in to share what's on my heart from a personal matter. And so if you've been watching the content on my page, you know that it has basically been calling out not just Black people, not just white people, not just Christians. It's been calling out those people who literally I've been just seeing a lot of lately. And it's been, I guess, so many people have been having so many things to say, so much to say about these celebrities that have been coming out and supporting either Donald Trump or Joe Biden. And if anyone knows me, I've already cast my ballot and I have voted for Joe Biden. But that does not mean that I can't call him out. And so I have been doing that. But I've seen and I've noticed where certain people are going to vote for Joe Biden and it's all or nothing. It's a bust. They cannot speak out against what he's done or what he's doing or what they don't support, simply because, guess what? It's like, well, we have to save the election. Most people who are going to vote have already thought about why they're going to vote for a certain candidate and why they're not going to vote for a certain candidate. But it has been funny how these celebrities in the last days have been coming out and they've said, hey, you know what? I support Trump. And I have no problem with that. Celebrities have a lot more money than I could probably ever think to have in this lifetime. Or I'm not going to say in this lifetime because I'm, banking on being a billionaire. But, just right now. So I understand them supporting their interest. However, coming in and just, being public about it and crapping on the people who have supported them to get to that celebrity status, yeah, I do have a problem with that. And so that's neither here nor there. But I wanted to come in and speak to us, those normal people, those people who are bashing those celebrities. You see, because this is what I've been hearing. I've been hearing people say, oh, where was Cube for the last 3 or 4 years when Donald Trump was in the White House? Why would he present a plan in June and July, knowing that now, the primaries are over and now we have a candidate and it's starting and now we have a candidate that we need to all rally behind. Why didn't he come out sooner? Lil Wayne is coming out. 50 Cent is coming out. Diddy is coming out now. And all of these people are either taking Joe Biden's side or they're taking Donald Trump's side. And regular people are having issues with this. But I got an issue. And here's the issue that I have. There's many people who do not have standards all throughout the year. 4 years can pass. And then when it's time to go vote, now all of a sudden everyone's in an uproar. We've been watching as Donald Trump has signaled white supremacy type behavior for the last 3.5 years. And I have not seen a lot of people doing anything other than living their life, doing what's best for them and their families, making sure life was comfortable for them. So I don't understand how now people are saying, Cube, where were you? Well, go back to being a celebrity. Go live your life. But isn't that what most of you guys were doing? See, because I bothered a lot of people over the last 10 years or so Why? Because my page, my content has been consistent. Let's call out to call up. We can't talk about getting our own political party or our own unity if there's so much division. I don't think that Black people are monolithic people. I think we're diverse and we have free thinking and free will and free choice. But we cannot call out and bash those people who are doing the same exact thing that you're doing. And you can probably think back. There's been a lot of people that I've come in contact with that, oh my God, is like the John the Baptist message. Her message doesn't change. She's still on that. And yet you, for this last, now that it's a critical election, we need to make sure all votes count. Let's get Donald Trump out of the White House. Where were you the last 4 years? Where were you? So I don't understand how we're calling out Cube. At least he presented a plan. I have dropped content on my page that says, hey, let's have the discussion for the last several days, weeks, months, years. And there's crickets on some of those posts. And I'm not saying that they're not being seen. But what I am saying is you're calling out Cube for bringing a plan that says, hey, at least I'm trying. Even though I might be coming in at the 9th hour, but at least I'm trying. I'm telling them we need something other than we just going to give you our vote. And people are bashing him because it's like, well, it's too little too late. But when Kaepernick, took a knee and then the NFL banned him or blackballed him, I saw Black people all up and down, the season was over. So everybody, I'm blacking out the NFL. But them same people now wearing jerseys and going to games and, season ticket holders. And I'm like, Cap still don't have no job. Not that I want him to go back to the NFL, but he still don't have no job. So why is it that, we can be in the moment type of people, but celebrities we hold to a higher standard? Like, I really want to know. Why can't we call out? I have researched and studied the data that says Black people profess to be some of the most Christian-based, Bible reading, Bible studying, Bible believing people in America. And we hear Donald Trump say, yeah, he's pro-life. We know that's not pro-life. It's not pro-Black life. And it's not pro-life after abortion or after birth. So we know that's not the truth. But if we truly believe that we're pro-life, then that should be part of our platform that we stand on. Black people, just being honest, Christians. And I'm not going to say all, because remember I just said we're not a monolithic people. But most Black people believe in heterogeneous marriages, not homogeneous, which means they don't believe in same-sex marriages. But they would vote for Obama because he was Black. I voted for Obama. So what I'm saying is I'm calling myself out for these things. But here's the deal. This is what we've failed to realize. I can support someone else and whatever they choose to do and not want to do it for myself. People bashed Boosie because he was like, look, man, if that child gets to be 18, cool. Let him do what he want to do. But right now, as a parent, you got to guide and lead and, make sure you rear that child. And everybody, Booster, sit down. That was not homophobic. That was basic parenting. We have a laissez-faire, let the children, let the people have their way type of society. No one is remembering history. No one is remembering the strides that it took to get us here. And then when we give the society over to this next generation, everybody's still going to have a laissez-faire type of attitude in the Black community. But you know who doesn't have that? Look at Kyle, who was being trained to police Black people in Kenosha. Look at all of these Proud Boys who are basically being trained to go to the polls and stand by and wait till Donald Trump gives him their signal. But we're literally sitting here whopping it up, twerking it up, smoking it up, drinking it up, living it up. And then we talking about unity. And I'm sitting here, y'all, I'll be honest. I am not a perfect person by no means. And I never try to be. I come in here and I share my shortcomings. I share when I'm weak. I share when I don't have faith. I share when I love to eat and how, I may not watch TV, but I watch it for Christmas. I may not celebrate Christmas, but I watch Christmas movies. I just share all of it because I think as a person, we need to be real and authentic. And so many people sit there with green eyes looking at other people's lives, and you pull them apart. And then you hide the parts of your life that you don't want people to pull apart. I don't have that type of lifestyle. I make a lot of mistakes. I have sacrificed a lot to get to where I am. And I'm still climbing. But that does not mean that because I'm not perfect or because I'm not where I want to be, that I can't call other people out. We said November 4th that we would be trying to build our own party, create unity in Black lives and culture and community. But we should be having those conversations now to do that. We know that it doesn't matter who wins, that they're both old white men who came from a time where Black people were not considered equal. So we know that we're not going to get the fair share. Biden had an opportunity to choose Black candidates who were Black mom, Black dad, whatever. Kamala Harris has a Jewish white husband. She's mixed race, all sorts of things. So he basically went in and chose someone who was well-rounded and who could speak to a lot of different issues. So we know that we're not getting this contract with Black America, but we're bashing Cube for asking for it simply because we're not ready to, hold Biden to a higher standard. Guys, we have to come out from amongst them. I don't care who wins the presidential election. Yeah, we may be safer as far as not immediately, because I'm being honest, if Trump don't win, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a civil war or something, because he's not going to want to release power. And he and his constituents, the people who voted for him, think that we cheated and we did this and we did that. So it's going to probably be some type of war or all out brawl. And so there will be no peace like we're thinking. But at the end of the day, if Trump doesn't have a pro-Black agenda that Cube is asking for, because I'm not even talking about Lil Wayne, like that was a photo op. Like he's basically said he wants to save and protect his money. 50 Cent, he wants to protect his money. So we already understand they're over the 400,000 mark. But there's many people who are way over their mark and still can see that it was integrity over money, that they wanted to be able to help other people, that they were willing to be taxed whatever. Those guys said, not willing to be taxed that kind of money. Man, I need to keep my money. So we already understand that. But you can let your record sales or your money that you spend for that, concert tickets, whatever, you can let that show them how they could have voted by not giving them your support. But I'm talking about Cube, who not only met, he woke up at the 11th hour and said, hey, you know what? We need a contract with Black America. Man, they doing us wrong. Everybody's like, how dare you, Cube? You got in this race and we supposed to have this in the bag. We don't need someone coming out seeming like they going for Trump. And Cube like, man, I ain't endorsing no candidate. I'm just telling y'all, like, we need a Black agenda. Yeah, but you got money. We don't have no money. And I'm like, but he got a different perspective than us. He got more connections than us. He, I see some people saying, hey, I've been trying to get a meeting with Donald Trump for the longest, and Cube come out in June and he gets a meeting. Why didn't he come meet with us? Wait, hold on. You've been trying to get the meeting. Cube got a meeting. Why are you not going to meet with him? To figure out and tell him what your plans are so that you guys can move forward. I think that's the problem. We have so much pride and we think who should be and who shouldn't be, that we're not willing to come across party lines and work together as a people. And that's what's going to hurt us. That's what's going to stop us in these next 4 years from coming together. So where I see progress and I'm ready and I'm, willing to go for it, and people are sitting here like, oh, here she come again with her standards, with her morals, with her values. It was not always like this. But I do know that I cannot be straddling a fence. The Bible says that a little yeast ruins the whole batch. We see Christians out there. Tomorrow we're going to be in church. Tonight they, celebrating Halloween. But I'm not supposed to say that because, you don't call people out. No, you do. You call them out and you to call them up. So my thing is, I would rather someone say, and I recently spoke this to someone who was telling me about their anti-racism or allyship. I said, I would rather you tell me that you're a 4 than for you to make me believe that you're a 7. And when we're supposed to be doing 7 type of things, you're acting like a 2 and a 3. Because then that slows down the progress. So if you're telling me that, hey, you know what, I'm a Christian and I follow this Bible and I believe this and I believe that, and light should have no connection with darkness and all of these things, then I'm going to hold you to that light has no connection with darkness. Well, you know, it's just for the candy and it's just for the kids and it's just for, it's cute. And I'm like, to each his own. Like, that's not my thing. You know, years ago, I slipped up and I had peer pressure and my son had a costume and everything. No, I didn't purchase it, but it was like, yeah, we went out there Halloween trick-or-treating. So that's why most people like, your son is 8. Why are you only on year 5 of Operation No Halloween? Because in year 3, we slipped up and we went trick-or-treating. And it bothered me the entire time because I saw different things and I felt different presences and it was not of God. And it was just like, oh, let me get from out of here. And I haven't been back. But we didn't deprive him. He has his pizza. He has all of those things. I'm saying all of that to say you can have standards and you can do things different and set traditions and give your child the fun and love and all of that and not have them to miss out on things without seeming like we're part of the world. So what we're saying is we don't support Donald Trump because, you know, people who support Donald Trump are different than us. But what about Christians and the world celebrating the same holidays? I don't understand. I'm just asking questions. So like I said, it was what's on my heart. We can't be wishy-washy. We can't be lukewarm, hot and cold, and then think we're going to come together. It's just not going to work. So we're going to continue to have these type of issues where we're looking for some white person to save us. It's not going to happen. We are the help we seek. Now, is this a racist message? No. But it is calling out our people, black people, to say, you should be tired of every moment of this election. Someone's trying to pander to you for your vote or to me for my vote. Or, you know, we're still having conversations of how do I become an ally or, you know, what is anti-racism and what's racism? That all affects and impacts us. Does it impact and affect other groups? Yeah, but it impacts us the most. Even though white people kill white people, all we're hearing is black on black crime. Those, statistics shows that people that are in close proximity to one another kill each other more than someone has to come to your neighborhood and travel. Black people are in close proximity to one another, especially if you live in poverty, in the projects, in the slums, in low-income communities. Everybody's trying to survive. And everybody's trying to make it. But we didn't put ourselves in those conditions. Think about it. Before the war on drugs, where was the drugs? I'm pretty sure crack cocaine wasn't existing. And cocaine was a very wealthy drug, so it wasn't in our communities. Before the war on drugs and these guns and all of that, our communities weren't ran over by crime and poverty and all of those things. And we had people like the Black Panthers helping our communities to survive. But the government, ran by those same white men that we're trying to vie against, who we're going to choose. I'm not kidding anyone. I voted for Biden simply because I'm just like, man, there's so much divisiveness in this world. And if Kamala Harris is, AKA and strolling through the polls and doing all of that, then I'm hoping she has a black agenda that's going to at least bring some unity to America. So for me, guys, I'll be honest. It is time to call out, to call up. I don't care what anyone has to say and how they have to say it. One of the proudest moments that I ever feel is when my son can tell other people, oh, my mom didn't say that. Or my mom wouldn't listen to that. Or my mom wouldn't do that, because he knows who I am. And so that for me shows that I'm walking in integrity. And everything that he says I wouldn't do or I would do is who I want to be seen as. Can your children say the same thing? Can people around you say the same thing? Seriously. When someone comes in and say, oh, excuse me, I already know you not about this, or they have not even met me, but my name and who I am has proceeded before me. Guys, I make a lot of mistakes. But if we're ever going to get it right, it starts with us correcting those things. If we say that as a Christian, I can't stand with Donald Trump, who has a Christian message, who has a Christian platform, because he's not right, how can we as Christians stand with the world on Halloween, on a lot of those things? You know, the death and destruction of Black people. How can we stand with those people who don't profess the same thing we profess and then celebrate, walk hand in hand with our brother and sister, but won't walk hand in hand with those who seem to be where we want to be and what we want to do? Guys, it is time for us to have a singular vision. And that vision starts with you. It starts with me. And it starts here. It starts now. November 4th is going to come here before we know it. And November 3rd, they'll have another winner and another loser. And I can guarantee you that a white man who has pretty much always been in society, has always been in power, is going to still be in power. And Black people who have been disenfranchised and marginalized will still be marginalized. It is up to you and me to fix our communities, to take back our culture, and to make sure that our children can lead the way for the next generation. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, please share it. We need to call out more people so that we can call them up, so that we can unify, remove the divisiveness, and come together to create not only our party, but what we want to see in the world. You guys have a great night. Bye.